Hello students, welcome to the mobile computing lecture 3. In this lecture 3, we only discuss about the GSM architecture. Why? Because this is the very most important concept in the unit number 1 and in the entire mobile computing subject. So that's why in this session we only discussed about GSM architecture and its functionalities. Okay, before starting this session, I would like to recall what we have to be discussed in the past two sessions. So, in the session 1, we discussed about mobile communications, basics of mobile communications, and basics of mobile computing. Now, what is the mobile computing architecture, and what are the limitations of mobile computing, and what are the applications of mobile computing. So, that's what we have to be discussed in the first part. Lecture 1, we discussed these topics: mobile communications and mobile computing paradigm, mobile computing architecture and promises, novel applications, and some of the drawbacks and the limitations of mobile computing. And in the lecture 2, this one is the lecture 2. So we covered these topics: a simplified reference model and layers and GSM services and GSM architecture. Coming to the one is the simplified reference model. We already discussed about this. Different layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer, and GSM services. So there are the three services are there for GSM: barrier services, tele services, supplementary services. The barrier services, okay, these are the barrier services: synchronous and asynchronous, and tele services like emergency numbers, multimedia applications, SMSs. All these are belongs to the tele services. So these are the tele services. So emergency numbers, transmission of short SMSs, and multimedia SMSs. So these are the tele services. Next, coming to the supplementary services. Here are the supplementary services, various enhancement standards. So call forwarding options, so group call options. So all these are belongs to the supplementary services. So we covered these topics in the last session. Next, coming to the GSM architecture. So this one is very most important one. So once again I'm repeating GSM architecture. So this is the GSM architecture. So GSM architecture is subdivided into the three parts. So we have to look at this: RSS, NSS, and OSS. So RSS consisting of BSS, MS, BTS, and BSC. So RSS consisting of BSS, MS, BTS, and BSC, and NSS consisting of MSC, VLR, and HLR services. So and OSS consisting of EIR, AUC, and ONC. So what is meant by BTS, and what is this responsibility, and what is meant by MS, and what is the MS responsibility, and what is meant by BSC, what is the responsibility of BSC. So what is meant by MSC. So that we have to be discussed here. Okay, there are three categories are there in the GSM architecture. It will be divided into three subsystems. First one is radio subsystem. Second one is network subsystem. So network switching subsystem, and the third one is operation subsystem. So this radio subsystem, network subsystem, and operation subsystem. So here in the radio subsystem, it again consisting of BSS, base station subsystem, base station, controller, base transceiver station, and mobile station. Base station subsystem, base station transceiver, base station and mobile station, base station subsystem BSS, and base station controller BSC, and base transceiver station BTS, and mobile station MS. So this is RSS. Next, coming to the NSS, network switching subsystem. So the network switching subsystem consisting of mobile service switching center MSC. So this is the heart of this GSM architecture: mobile service switching center and home location register and digital location register. So these two: mobile service switching center and home location register and digital location register. So these are under the category of NSS, network subsystem. And finally, OSS, operation subsystem. So operation subsystem consisting of operation and maintenance center, operation and maintenance center, equipment identity register, and authentication center. So operation subsystem consisting of equipment identity register, authentication, and OMC, operation maintenance center. So is the architecture of GSM. So what is the role of MS here? So MS is the mobile station. So first move on to the MS mobile station. So MS under the category of radio subsystem. So here this is the radio subsystem. The radio subsystem comprises all radio specific entities, that is the mobile station, base station subsystem, and base station subsystem. The figure shows the connection between the RSS and NSS via, there we are using a interface A. So here there is a interface A between RSS and NSS. So RSS consisting of mobile station. So mobile stations are connecting to the BTS. So BTS connecting to the BSC, BSC connecting to the MSC. So but here the MSC belongs to under the category of network subsystem. So a BTS consisting of connecting to n number of mobile stations, n number of mobile stations. So what is meant by mobile station and what is meant by BTS? So a mobile station is nothing but a SIM. So for example, if a mobile consisting of n number of, for example, right now the mobile is consisting of two SIM slots. So these subscriber identity is the belongs to the category of mobile station. And coming to here the BTS. BTS is nothing but a antennas and amplifiers which are there in the mobiles. For example, in a mobile only there is a possibility of one antenna and one amplifier, but there is a possibility of two SIM slots. That is nothing but two mobile stations are placing in one mobile. So, but there is a possibility of one BTS. So one BTS consisting of many mobile stations. So one BTS connecting to the many mobile stations are connecting to one BTS. So here, if you have to be observe the diagram, so BTS is one and two mobile stations here. So this is called a radio cell. This is called a radio cell. So between the mobile station and BTS, there is a interface called UM. So base transfer station and mobile station between MS and BTS. So mobile station. So between the base transceiver station and mobile station, the interface is called UM, and this is called a radio cell. This is called a radio cell. So one radio cell consisting of one BTS. So BTS is nothing but either antennas or amplifiers in one particular mobile devices are called BTS. So these BTS are connected to MS. Next, this is another radio cell. So again, here is one BTS and one MS. So here two MSs are connecting to one BTS. Here only one MS is connecting to one BTS. So this is another radio SIM. Now, SIM in our language, two SIM slots for one mobile. So these BTS is nothing but antennas and amplifiers. So here the BTSs are connecting to the BSC. Is nothing here. The BSC is nothing but in our language we are consider as a local tower. BSC is nothing but a local tower. So the mobile antennas and mobile amplifiers, mobile antennas are connecting to the local towers to accessing signal and to transmitting the data. It has to be connecting to the local towers. So BSC. So under the one tower, there is a possibility of many mobiles. In one tower, there is a connection of n number of devices are there. So these BTS, BTS1, BTS2, and so on. So there are so many BTSs are connecting to one BSC. So under one local tower, there is a possibility of n number of mobile devices are connected. So in one mobile device, nothing but one antenna signal, and in one device, there is a possibility of number of mobile station connecting is possible here. So this is the radio station subsystem. So this particular area is a base station subsystem. So this area is the base station subsystem. In this base station subsystem consisting of BSC, BTS and MS. A base station subsystem consisting of a BSC, BTS and MS mobile station. Okay. In our language, we consider as mobile station as a SIM and BTS as antennas. Like in one mobile, there is a possibility of one antenna. Okay, and these mobiles are connecting to BSC, nothing but local tower is the radio station subsystem RSS. Radio station subsystem RSS. And next one is the networking subsystem. Networking subsystem. So here in the networking subsystem, the three categories are mobile service switching center MSC, mobile service switching center MSC, and home location register HLR, home location register HLR, and visitor location register VLR. So these three under the category of network switching subsystem. So the major part in GSM architecture is placed by the networking subsystem. Why? Because we already discussed it. The major role is placed by MSC. Here the MSC belongs to the category of network switching subsystem. So in GSM, the major role is placed by the networking subsystem, network switching subsystem NSS. So network switching subsystem consisting of mobile service switching center MSC and home location register HLR and visitor location register VLR. So just look at this NSS, network switching subsystem consisting of MSC and VLR and HLR. We already discussed it. So the major role is placed by the MSC. So what is meant by MSC? So we already discussed it. So here the BSC is the local tower. So our mobile device is connecting to the local tower. So after signal, transmitting the signal. So in mobile, their antennas and amplifiers, the role of this is. So there is a possibility of multiple mobile station connections. For example, in our mobile, there is a possibility of two SIMs. So after the receiving of signal, the role of BTS is, so it has to be connected for only one SIM, one mobile station at a time. So this is the connection between BSC and BTS. So BTS receives the signal and sends that particular signal to one mobile station. So there onwards data is transmitted from mobile station to the BTS and BTS to the BSC. So here the BSCs are connecting to the MSC. So what is meant by MSC? So in our language, MSC is nothing but a major tower. So BSC is the local tower and MSC belongs to the tower for all these connections. So a MSC consisting of n number of BSCs. So these local towers are connecting to the main tower. So here MSC in our language, MSC is the main tower. So and MSC connecting to VLR and HLR EIR, AUC, and OMC. So equipment identity register, authentication, and operation maintenance center. But here these three belongs to the category of NSS. So mobile service switching center. So as the name service, mobile service switching center. So it receives the signals from the VSC. So for example, the user connecting to this MSC, this main tower, user connecting to the MSC. So mobile station 1 connecting to BTS, BTS to the BSC, BSC to the MSC. So he wants to communicate with another mobile station. So that particular mobile station is located in some other location. So the major role of MSC is to identify the address of the second tower. To identify the address of the second tower. So the mobile station connected to the BTS and BTS connecting to the MSC. MSC is the local tower. So local tower connecting to the main tower. Here in the main tower, so MSC, the role of MSC is to identify the address of another mobile station. So another mobile station is there in some other location. So it's again under the category of another BTS and another BSC and another MSC. So it has to be identify the address of another MSC. So after identify the address of another MSC, it has to be establish a path between sender 1 to the sender, so receiver, sender to the receiver, and source to the destination. It has to be establishing a path between user 1 to the user 2. So user 1 belongs to one MSC and a user 2 belongs to another MSC. But there is a possibility of the user 2 belongs to same MSC. So there is another possibility. The user 1, user 2 belongs to same MSC. There is no problem. The MSC connecting to the another mobile station. But the mobile station is under the category of some other MSC. So this MSC has to be identify the address of another MSC. So this is the basic work done by the mobile switching center, mobile service switching center. So what is meant by VLR and what is meant by HLR? So here the VLR is the visitor location register and HLR is the home location register. So these two belongs to the category of databases. These two belongs to the category of databases. For example, you guys registered under the tower of Vijayawada. So if you are there in Vijayawada range, so your data is available in Vijayawada MSC. So you are the home locator, your data is registered there in Vijayawada, home locator register. For example, you are moving from Vijayawada to the Rajahmundry. So there in Rajahmundry, you becomes to the visitor. So there VLR of Rajahmundry MSC, there in that particular database, VLR database, your data is registered. Temporarily, you are allotted a MAC address to there in Rajahmundry MSC. For example, you belongs to Rajahmundry, you came to the Vijayawada, so your data is registered there in VLR, you are temporarily allotted a MAC address. So if you belongs to Vijayawada, so your data is there in home location register. So you went for some other MSC's range, so you are there a visitor. So these are the visitor locator register and home location register. So the databases are there. So if you are the local one, home locator, so no problem. There is a certain IP address is given for you. But if you are moved to the another MSC, there a temporarily address is assigned to you. After you moving from that particular MSC, again that address is given to another user. Okay, these are the ELR and HLRs. Okay, databases, and finally OSS. So operation subsystem. There the operation maintenances of MSCs are recorded here in the OMC, Operation Maintenance Center, and authentication and EIR. So the security and authentications and one address is assigned to you. So if there is any possibility of mobile losses like that, stolen mobiles, in that cases that will be identified by using these EIRs. Okay, this is simply about the GSM architecture. So the GSM architecture can be categorized into three categories: RSS, NSS, and OSS. radio subsystem, network subsystem, and operation subsystem. So radio subsystem consisting of MS, BTS, BSC, and BSS. So NSS consisting of MSC, BLR, and HLR, and OSS consisting of EIR, AUC, and OMC. Okay. Now the brief explanation about these subparts. So here mobile station. So the mobile station already we discussed. The mobile station consisting of the mobile equipment and the smart card called the subscriber identity module, that is SIM. So the SIM provides personal mobility so that the user can have access to subscribed services irrespective of a specific terminal. By inserting the SIM card into another GSM terminal, the user is able to receive calls at that terminal. So that means that terminal also having the BTS. So you receiving signals by using that BTS. So from the terminal and receives other subscribed services. So if you insert SIM card in one mobile, so you receiving signal by the BTS in that particular device. If you have to be insert your SIM card in another mobile, so you receive signals by using a BTS in that particular mobile. So that is the mobile station. So here the mobile equipment is uniquely identified by the International Mobile Equipment Identity, and the SIM card contains the International Mobile Subscriber Identity (IMSI), used to identify the subscriber to the system, or a secret key for the authentication and other informations. Here the IMEI and IMSI are independent, thereby allowing personal mobility. The SIM card may be protected against unauthorized use by the password or personal identity numbers. So this is mobile station. So mobile station under the category of RSS, radio subsystem. And the second one is base station subsystem. So the AGSM network comprises many BSS. So each controlled by a base station controller. So many BSS, each BSS controlled by the BSC. So base station controller. Okay, the BSS performs all functions necessary to maintain radio connections to an MSC, coding, decoding of voice, and rate adaptation to form the wireless network part. Besides a BSC, the BSS contains several BTSs. That's what we have to be discussed in the diagram. So a BSS consisting of many BTSs. BTSs. And next one is very important one, base station controllers, the BSC. So the BSC provides all the control functions and physical links between the MSC and BTSs. So the major role of BSC is, so it has to be communicate, acting as a mediator between the MSC to the BTSs. So BTS connecting to the mobile station. So if your mobile station wants to communicate with another mobile station, so it communicate via BTS. So BTS connecting to the BSC. By using this BSC only, the BTS communicate with the MSC. So the BSC provides all the control functions and physical links between the MSC and BTS. It is a high capacity switch that provides functions such as handover, call configuration data, and control of radio frequency power levels at Bluetooth. A number of BSCs are served by the MSC. So a MSC consisting of many number of BSCs. So an MSC consisting of many number of BSCs. Next, base transceiver station, BTS. Okay, we already discussed it. So every movable device contains one BTS. So the BTS handles the radio interface to inform to the mobile station. A BTS can form a radio cell or using sectorized antennas, several, and is connected to MS via the UVM interface. So by using UVM interface, it connected to the MS and the BSC via the BTS interface. So it connected to the BTS. It BTS connected to the BSC by using a bias interface. So and uses A interface A to connecting to MSC. So BTS connected to the MSC via A interface. BTS connected to the BSC via a bias interface. It is a BSC. So a number of BSCs are served by the BSC and now BTS. So a BTS can form a radio cell. Already we discussed antennas like that. So every mobile consisting of BTS. So by using this BTS only, we can identify the mobile station addresses. Now the third one, network switching subsystem. Network switching subsystem is the second one. So here in the network switching subsystem, which is responsible for performing call processing and subscriber related functions. So the subscriber related functions are running there in the network switching subsystem. That's why at the starting we are discussing network switching subsystem plays the major role in the GSM architecture. In this, the MSC plays the a major role in a network switching subsystem. So network switching subsystem plays the major role in a GSM architecture, and in network switching subsystem the MSC. So here MSC is the whole part for the GSM, mobile service switching center, and it consists NSS consisting of MSC, HLR, home location register, and visitor location register. So these are the mobile switching service center MSC. So the MSC performs the telephony switching functions of the system. It has various other functions such as processing of signal, control calls, and for another telephone and data systems, call changing, multi-way calling, call forwarding. So what we have to be discussed the services. So call forwarding, multi-way calling, call changing, and other supplementary services. These are under the category of supplementary service. So we already discussed about the services. So barrier service, telemetry services, and supplementary service. So we already discussed these call forwarding, multi-way calling, group calling, all under the category of supplementary services. These supplementary services are provided by this mobile switching center MSC. It establishing the terminating the connection between MS and a fixed line phone via GMSC. So next one, home location register. We already discussed it. A MSC consisting of one VLR and one HLR. Home location register. So the HLR has a database that uses for storage and management of subscription. HLR stores all the relevant subscriber data, including a subscriber service profile such as call forwarding, roaming, location information, and activity status. So a MSC consisting of many number of mobile stations. So all this data is stored there in HLR. If another mobile stations are moving using these MSC services, that will be stored there in VLR, visitor location register. So is the HLR, home location register. Now moving to the visitor location register, it is a dynamic real-time database that stores both permanent and temporary subscribers data, which is required for communication between the coverage areas of MSC and VLR. If one user came under this tower, it gives some temporary address to that particular user. So after the user moves away from this particular tower, again that particular address is given to the another user. So the data of that particular user is stored there in this visitor location register. Now operation service subsystem is the third one. So the OSS facilitates the operations of MSCs. Whatever the operations performed by the MSCs that will be maintained, that will be stored by the operation service subsystem. Okay, in this operation service subsystem, the first major one is the operation and maintenance center. So what is the role of operation and maintenance center? An operation and maintenance center monitors and controls all other network entities through the O interface. So we already discussed about UM interface. So UM interface in between MS and BTS, and next a bias interface that is in between BTS and BSC, and next a interface called A, which is in between BTS and MSC. Now an interface O is there in between these NSS and OSS. So a O interface is there. The OMC also includes management of status reports, traffic monitoring, subscriber security management, and accounting and billing. The purpose of OSS is to offer the customer cost-effective support for centralized regional and local operational and maintenance activities that are required for a GSM network. So nothing but simply we described here. So the maintenance will be recorded here by the operation and maintenance center. And next one, authentication. So a unit called the AUC, Authentication Center, provides authentication and encryption parameters that verify the user's identity and ensure the confidentiality of each call. So all call will be, so whatever the calls therefore under the category of that particular MSC, so that will be monitoring by this authentication center. And finally, equipment identity register. So it is a database that contains information about the identity of mobile equipment that prevents calls from stolen, unauthorized or defective mobile stations. Okay. In some cases, there is a possibility of mobile stolen, someone stolen our mobiles. So how we can recognize, how we can identify our mobiles. So if this facility is there, equipment identity register is there. So it consisting of databases that contains information about that particular mobile. So like IMEI numbers, so like that. So by using that, we can easily track our mobiles. So this is about GSM architecture. So a GSM architecture consisting of RSS, NSS, and OSS, radio subsystem, networking subsystem, and operation subsystem. Radio subsystem consisting of BSS, base station subsystem, and base transceivers station, and mobile station, and BSC. So we already discussed. There is a medium UM in between MS and BTS. There is a medium between MS and BTS, that is UM. There is a medium A bias in between BTS and BSC. And there is a medium A between BTS and MSC. And there is a medium O between OMC and MSC. So nothing but NSS and OSS. So there are totally 4 mediums are there: UM medium, a bias medium, medium A, and medium O. So once we again repeating about this GSM architecture. So first one is mobile station, nothing but same. So BTS is nothing but like antennas and amplifiers in a mobile station. So in a mobile, so every mobile must consisting of BTS. So if one mobile station, one mobile user wants to communicate with another mobile user, so what happened here is, so it communicates with BTS to via BSC, which is nothing but local tower. So under the local tower, there is a possibility of many mobile devices. So here you have to be observe this, many BTSs are connecting to the local tower. So many BSCs, local towers, are connecting to one main tower. So what is the possibility of communication between one user to another user? If the user belongs to same BSC, so user 1 belongs to same BSC and user 2 belongs to same BSC, there is one possibility. And the user 1 belongs to same one BSC and user 2 belongs to another BSC. So but in the range of same MSC. So within the range of same main tower, but one user belongs to one sub tower and one user belongs to another sub tower. This is the second possibility. So within a tower range, user 1 and user 2. So between two local towers, that is second possibility. So on the third possibility of within the tower, one BSC to the another BSC, and the third one is there is a possibility of one main tower to the another main. So the user belongs to another tower range, another main tower range. That is the one MSC to the another MSC. So user 1, for example, user 1 belongs to one BSC and user 2 belongs to same BSC, that is the possibility 1, and user 1 belongs to one BSc, and user 2 belongs to another BSc but within the range of same MSc. That is the second possibility. And user 1 belongs to one BSc and one MSc, and user 2 belongs to another MSc and another BSc. So that is the third possibility. So this is simply about the GSM architecture. So mobile station, BTS, BSc, MSc, and VLR, visual location register, and HLR, and EIR, equipment identity register, and authentication, and OMC. So all these are the GSM architecture parts. Next. Avina,
అయిపోయిందా
okay. అయిపోయిందా?
టైం ఎంత అని చెప్పు
5:56 అయింది.
ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేసావు
5:20 స్టార్ట్ చేసి
మరి అరగంట పైన అయింది కదా
క్లోజ్ చేస్తాను.
2 స్లైడ్స్ చెప్పి ఉంటే స్లైడ్స్ చెప్పి లేదా క్లోజ్ చేసి
ఉన్నాయి, బట్ దాన్ని నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో వీడియోలో
ఇబ్బంది పట్టడానికి ఇబ్బంది పట్టే
తప్పలేదు.
అంటే చాలు చేసేవాళ్ళు కవర్ కవర్ లేవు కదా కవర్ లేవు చూస్తాను
నువ్వు పట్టుకెళ్తే నేను మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను.
ఓకే
So this is about the GSM architecture. So you guys please understand why I am discussing only this topic in this session. Is the very most important one in the unit number 1, and as well as in this mobile computing subject. So GSM plays the major role. So how the devices are connecting, one device is connecting to another device. So how the connection will establish, the device communicating with BTS, BTS to BSc, BSc to the MSc. So MSc will communicating with another MSc for connecting one device to the another device. Okay. The next one, radio interface. Okay, we will discuss in next class. Thank you very much.